Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Onslaught here with another Under the Radar Gaming Disney Sorcerer's Arena video. Happy 4th of July to all the Americans out there. And what better way to spend the 4th of July than talking about spending money? In this video, we're going to talk about all of those pay-to-play bundles that you see advertised constantly throughout the game. Whether you're changing panels from characters to Sorcerer's Tournament, whether you're coming in and out of events, whether you're just navigating around the store, it feels like every time you hit that home button, you're getting an ad. Spend money on this. Purchase this character bundle. And it's a lot. There's a lot of bundles out there. There's a lot of information out there. In this video, I'm going to provide you with an Excel spreadsheet and an easy cost analysis breakdown as we investigate, is it worth spending money on this game? I'm currently a free-to-play player, but I've spent money on the game. Does that make me pay to play? I'm interested in spending money on this game, but it's got to be worth it. So let's take a look at this cost analysis breakdown, and hopefully we can provide myself and you guys with some answers. Come on, let's take a look. So I created this little spreadsheet breakdown, and I wanted to figure out first, if something was going to be worth it, how was I going to measure what it was worth? And so obviously the two most important things that we're spending money on in the game are gems and shards. Those are the two things that pay-to-play players are trying to get access to the most. Because yes, gold is super valuable. You can use your gems to purchase the gold. And like there's event coins and some of the other currencies, but for the most part, if you're trying to create a competitive team and you're trying to build your roster up by just throwing money at your problem, you need to figure out, is this an effective strategy or not? And as we kind of sit here and look through this thing, one of the ways that I did it was, I have the bundle, the item that you're going to buy, and these are just the ones in the store up to Elastigirl. I didn't go through Frozone and everybody else that was in there. And then everything has the cost, the number of shards you're going to get in it, the gems you're going to receive, the gold that comes with it, and then the number of the event coins, just for reference, right? We'll talk about the VIP packages and the ultimate chests afterwards. And so the first thing that I did was I broke it down into how many dollars does each individual shard cost you if you were just going to flat out purchase them. Because when you look at farming and you look at your desire to acquire things, if every time I simulated, let's say 12 times on Sven, I got 2 shards, right? And that's not an exact math, but if you continue on that, we'll do a rough estimate. We're looking at 1 to 6, right? So it means every 6 simulations I get 1, and I need 80. I'm looking at it. You're gonna spend a long time with the energy requests and energy refreshes and stuff, and then all of a sudden an option like this comes up where, oh, I could just buy this character. Well, I don't know. That seems like a lot of money, and I'm not. I don't know if I want to do that. So, Dash's bundle came out to 57 cents for each individual shard. Okay? This gems $, this is how much money would it cost you to purchase that many gems. And I'm going to show you how I came up with that number. So, I created this sort of gem pricing chart, which is sorted by the amount of gems that you could purchase from the store, the price that it cost you to purchase the gems, and then on average, and I'll format this a little bit better, the cost that it would be for you to, the number of gems that you would get per $, if that makes sense. So if I was to purchase the biggest bundle that they have, right, and I have with tax, without tax, just for players who are curious, I spent $100 on 15,710 gems, right? I'm spending $1 to get 157 gems. 0.1, but roughly 157 gems. And the math works out pretty neatly just because you could just round it up. Like 15,710 divided by 100. Anyway, so once I did all of this, I started looking at the back here in the character sheets about roughly how many gems you were getting, and then I couldn't use the price per gem up here because you're just not getting anywhere near that amount of gems. So I took an average roughly of what's in here, and it's not an exact average. I rounded a little bit higher towards this number, and decided that you're probably getting about 121.8 gems for every dollar that you were going to spend, which the math then became really easy. And as you broke it down, for instance, if I had 500 gems, I look at this, so 500 gems divided by 121.8. So $4.11 of my $49.99 was in my shards, which meant that this price per shard, what you're going to see up here is, this is not price per shards in 80 into the $50. This is actually shard content in 80 into 45.88. So I made sure to take out the money that you were spending on gems, because to me that was the hardest part of that breakdown of, well, yes, I'm spending $50 on this stuff, but I'm also getting gems that I would have to purchase, so then I have to subtract the gem purchase off of it, but I'm also getting gold, so like, oh my goodness. So when you look at gold in gems, you would be spending about 183 gems to get that much gold, right? And then you could just kind of continue this math. So if I'm spending 183 gems, how much money is that, right? And we know that the gems and the gold. So I broke everything down in here because what I wanted to do, and I've been waiting for you guys to do this, is to select all this stuff and sort it. So when we break down all of the things that you could purchase in the store right now, Queen's Bounty is without a doubt. Oh no, did it not move any of these? Oh no, it did. It did. Sorry. Losing my mind. 31 cents a shard. So in terms of a shard deal, that's great. You're getting you're spending the same $4.11 on gems. You're getting your 500 gems. You're getting a lot of gold. But you're spending a lot of gems to do it. So your gems to gold ratio is not great. But your dollars per shard is really, really good. Looking at like Randall, so comparing like, look, 80 shards in Randall to 80 shards in Jack, look at the difference. So Randall shards are 35 cents a piece, and Jack shards are 57 cents a piece. You're spending more money on gems because you're getting significantly less gems than Randall is, but again, we're factoring this money out of the price per shard. So if you completely got rid of the gems in Randall's package, you're spending $1.64 on gems, and you're spending 37 cents on every shard. In Jack's bundle, you're spending $4.11 on gems, and you're getting 57 cents a shard. Right? And it costs you 183 gems to get all of that gold. So it's kind of like you're getting an additional 183 gems. There's different ways to look at it. And you can see how this is kind of like, this can be confusing. And this can be really overwhelming because as somebody who is trying to be competitive and trying to spend money, I want to make sure that if I look at an event and I go, oh, like I saw this bundle and this bundle is X amount of dollars, I just have a quick spreadsheet. I can just go throw the numbers in there and decide. And if I'm comfortable with the dollars per shard and the gem dollar amount, I can go, okay, this is totally fine. For instance, the Frozen one was like $100, and it came with like 320 shards, something ridiculous like that. So just to like give you an idea, right? I think it was 80 shards for each of the characters for like 4 of them, I want to say. So I think it was 320 shards. And it came with a bunch. So 31 cents. You're down in here again. So the content, like the creators there, they're keeping those ratios pretty tight. Right? Which I expected, because if I can do this math, obviously they can do this math. So these things are going to be really familiar. Like, you're going to pick up a lot of different patterns in those places, but that's just to give you an example of things that you're going to plug in. So as we look at all these different amounts, and you start to try to decide like which ones are worth purchasing, for me, just based on these two numbers, Queen's Bounty was hands down worth purchasing because you were getting 50 shards in 3 different characters. You're getting a ton of gems that you can use and spend, a ton of gold, and you're getting a decent amount of event currency. The downside to it is if you're not going to play anybody but Falsier, then you're wasting your money. And so, like, Randall is a really good deal if you're going to play Randall. If you're looking to get exclusively just the Incredibles team, I purchased the Incredibles package. And I'll bring you over to that so that we can check that out. Because, I don't know, it might not come up for me anymore. It's not going to come up for me anymore because I purchased it, so I can't get it anymore. Pardon me. But yeah, I purchased the Incredibles package, and it, just from purchasing that package, spending $50, I was able to bring, I'll pull my Incredibles team up here. I was able to get, it's the Incredibles, all of my characters up to 4 stars and gear 4 just from that $50 purchase. Between the shards that I got and the event twice, only 2 days in the event. Today will be my 3rd day in the event. I'm gonna be able to have Dash unlocked at 4 stars, and I'm banking the gear to get him up to 4. And that's gonna be in another video later today. This is gonna be a double for 4th of July. So I thought it was worth it because I was getting a team that I knew was high in the meta, and I was getting to participate in the events and things like that. So one of the things that you can't really measure as, like, on a spreadsheet is, one, like, your enjoyment in the character. Obviously, all of these numbers just go right out the window if you just absolutely love the characters and you just want to throw the money at it. Members of my club today bought the $5, get some energy, play around, have some fun, get the cool little talisman thing. And if you love the talisman, it's $5. If you want to spend it, spend it. But to me, as somebody who, like, if you picked up this game and you want to be competitive and you're willing to spend some money, I think analyzing the game like this is a great option. And I wanted to be able to bring that to you guys so that you could look at the game from a different perspective instead of just going, why am I constantly getting hit with ads? Like, this is ridiculous. Or going, wow, I really need Dash. Maybe I'll just spend the $50 and buy Dash. When I could be, no. I'll show you, I don't think it's worth that. I actually think it was worth spending the $50 on the rest of the team. Because for $50, I unlocked 4 characters instead of just 1. Continuing on from that, the VIP packages, I really should have lumped them in with the gem pricing sheet because that's really what they are. So instead of having to flip to the other page, both of these give you more gems. It's like 200 and 1,300 or something like that, more gems than you would get at the normal purchasing price. But the packages delay the gems. So instead of you getting all the gems up front, you get a decent portion of them up front and then a staggered portion for the rest of the 30 days. So if you're willing to, like, make that sacrifice, it's kind of like that investment. You're spending a little bit of money here, and then they go on and do it later. Moving on to the ultimate chests. If you haven't seen the ultimate chests, or you're not familiar with what they are, I'll show you them real quick. They're also in the store. And there's something else that people have considered purchasing. So they come at the top here, and they're only in gems. So this one we had to do a couple different conversions because first you had to buy the gems themselves and then you have to buy these. And so it was converting shards into diamonds and then the shards into dollars based on the diamond prices. But just touching base, this is one of the last things that you can buy. The bottom right here for players, this is where you see all the gems. I also want to note none of the first time bonuses are located in any of those price charts. Obviously, you can see it. So these are the numbers that I used. The gold, these are the numbers that I used. And I didn't touch up on leveling potions because, at least in my personal experience, I have not been able to use up my potions. I just run out of gold first. So anyway, so we looked at the ultimate chests, and I kind of broke them down. Every ultimate chest gives you between 8 to 10 shards of a random character. Now, what's tough about that is it's a random character, and as more characters get released in the game, it's more likely that you're gonna have that character, or you're not gonna want the character that you get. But one of the things you will notice is that the price per shards are significantly lower than a lot of the packages that are up here. Even if you hit the bare minimum, so for instance, if in 5 ultimate chests you hit the bare minimum number of shards, so you hit 8 shards every single time, it would still have it would only cost you 39 cents for every single one of those shards, which is the 4th best deal that you can have up here. Now, it's worse than Randall and Demona, and it's random. So take it with a lot of salt. And then at max value, it is just about the best deal that you can have. So let's say every time you were hitting 10 shards, and you hit that ultimate chest, and you hit 10 shards in every single character, you would be spending 30 cents a shard, which is a really, really good deal. Just continuing on, just so that you guys can see it for a little bit longer. And I didn't really finish this because this just really turned into... Or no, I did finish this. It just was a lot of nonsense. Again, broken down high to low. This is the amount of gems that you would be purchasing. This is the cost it would be to purchase it. This is the cost with tax. And these are the price per individual... This is the gems per individual dollar. And I wrote price per gem, and that's wrong. This is gems per dollar. I'll do that, because that'll be a little bit easier for everybody to understand. So, for every individual dollar that you spent, this is how many gems you would be receiving. And for no surprise to anyone, the more money you spend, you get a significantly higher portion of gems. So, I mean, at first, it's really not that bad. It picks up fairly... I mean, this is a huge gap. Just in, like, this double your money gap is way larger than this double your money gap, right? I mean, it's twice as large. So, you get 12 more gems per dollar, spending $10 than $5.99 or $4.99, and you only get 6 more when you go up, when you spend 10 more dollars. And it's only 7 and then 10 again. So, and I'm pretty sure that they knew this because, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that says, like, best offer. When you go to buy gems, it says best value. Where is it? Or most popular, whatever it is. Yeah, most popular. So, it's they've put it there. They know what they're getting at. They're figuring everybody can throw a 20 every, you know, here and there every once in a while. But yeah. So that's my breakdown of the pay-to-play analysis of this game. If you have been a player that was thinking about spending money on this game and you weren't sure, if you were debating, if you're thinking I want to be a little bit more competitive, but I'm just not sure if it's worth spending the money, there are definitely packages, in my opinion, that are 100% worth spending the money on. I've done it. I'm going to continue to do it. I know that I didn't touch base on the VIP packages and the season pass holders. From my personal experience, I've now bought the season pass holder 2 times. My opinion on both of those is that if you are looking to enjoy the game more and get more content and a longer experience out of the game, the VIP package is great. It's the way to go. You're getting double your daily login rewards. You're getting more energy. You're getting gems per day. So you're going to be able to get more refreshes. Like, you're just going to have more to do in the game. If you're looking at targeted farming and enjoy more quests in a quest line, I really like the pass holder. The pass holder, you do not have to keep recurring. You can buy one season here and another season there. And that's what I've been doing. This way, when an event comes out and I look at the pass holder rewards and it's characters I need and stuff that I don't have, I go ahead and purchase it. It's $10. It has been way more than worth it for me. I was able to finally break the 1 million gold barrier multiple times. I got a ton of gems that allowed me to get most of the refreshes. I'm still banking 500 and something of them from this last purchase. I was able to get... It helped me continue to push my Incredibles team up even further after I already had there. And then the first one allowed me to get my Frozen team to where it was because I elected to do that instead of the big Frozen package. Wasn't ready to drop $100 just yet, even though looking at the math, the money was worth it if you could afford it. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope this video was informative. I hope that you appreciate my math, and my math was correct. If it's not, my apologies, but I did double check it. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear from you guys. If you have thoughts, things that you want to see in future videos, other questions that you've had, go ahead and drop them below. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for me. Otherwise, check out some of the videos that we got here for you. Again, we're having videos every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Saturday. We look forward to seeing you then. Ta-ta for now.